Human beings naturally have the desire to be praised and appreciated when we do all the hard work to achieve something, for example, in any kind of fields, for example, including artistic and also creative fields. We can achieve the self-fulfillment by receiving appreciations, for example, an award. And this is why we want to give awards for artists in creative and artistic fields as a form of appreciation and recognition for the artist. The 2 points of argument coming from the proposition. They say that it is unfair and it will harm the artists who work hard to be nominated, but they are in the artist or self-production artists who get less recognition, for example, and it will harm them if we compare the different styles of art and make one of them the winner just because people likes that kind of genre more, right? And they say that it will affect the artists and they will not make authentic performances just to follow the trends. They will not be happy because they don't receive the awards, and it will make them feel worthless. And second point is that they say that it will diminish the art, where giving award as a form of giving award to artists because of their art will destroy the deep value of an art itself, and there will be no personal meaning in it, and public will be bored to the same thing over and over again if we keep giving the same the similar award to the similar kind of art as well. Okay, 2 points of rebuttals then. Firstly, the proposition mentioned about the existence of racism or discrimination by mentioning that most people who won the awards are white people. It is true, but they are not selected or nominated just because they are white or they are black. No, they are nominated because they can make good art, for example, because they have a huge sales, for example, right? They are compared to the same field, because we will not compare like one style of music with another style of music and make one of them the winner. Besides, in a Grammys Awards, for example, there are like different kind of nominations, right? We will not compare country songs to pop songs. There are 2 different nominations. There are best pop countries, the best pop songs. There are a nomination for best country songs. There are even a different nomination for best pop duo performances, for example. We create different nominations to make sure that every style of art are represented and represented through this award. On awards, there are also nominations, for example, in the music category, which means that by creating this award, we will help this indie artist to gain more recognition, unlike what the proposition has said, right? They also say that there will be biasing if the judges are not, if the judging system is not done by a public vote system, for example, right? No, we will say that is no, because panels, judges are expert in their fields, right? In such huge award, the judges will be selected, and there will be no biasing because they will judge, or they will compare these arts more objectively, right? They will not compare it to just because they like it or not, but they will consider other aspects as well, for example, about the music production or maybe the camera filming or etc., right? And besides, we create a competitive atmosphere industry so that it would motivate people to show their artwork. Even if they don't win, it's not a very big deal. Why? Because there is nothing to lose anyway, right? They will not simply feel worthless just because they don't win an award. Why? Because even if they don't win this award, they will still get recognition from the public. We still have social media, for example, to blow up these artists, to help them gain more recognition and increase their income by using their songs, making an edits, for example. And by this, they could feel appreciated without having the urgency, without having the need to win an award. And this is why their arguments that stated, where they say that the artists will feel worthless just because they don't win an award, is not valid. Besides, artists will be happier if they can produce music or that is relatable to the listeners, for example, because and by saying this, the proposition is actually supporting our argument. Second rebuttal is that artists do not make things just for an award. No, there are many reasons why an artist making art, even if there are such kind of artists, most of them are not. They make music or they dance or they act because they are motivated by the winners of the professional world, for example, because they are passionate in it, or because they want to make money out of it. And this is why we create a word, so that the artists can show or make better things. They can motivate each other and create new better generations. For example, Billie Eilish, she still shows her authenticity. She still produces music, right? And she gives things that are even better after she received Grammy Awards, right? 3 points of arguments that we will prove through 3 points of burden that we will prove through our arguments then. Firstly, on how this will improve the industry. Secondly, how this could be used to promote art and cultures. And thirdly, how this will affect the economic sector. Okay, moving on to our first argument then. How this will improve the industry. By giving a word to appreciate this artist, they will be more creative. They will try to do anything to make their arts better, to make their works better, to act better, for example, right? They will make good art, they will be nominated, they will be recognized by the public. For example, a lot of people know music without knowing the artist or knowing the characters, without knowing who is the actors or the actresses really is, right? This will help them to be recognized as themselves, because as a human being, artists are also human beings who wanted to be recognized as themselves, not only by their art. Artists wanted to be known as themselves, not only by the characters that they play, for example. And this is why by giving this art, we help these artists to be more recognized, and it will give them self-recognition, because they are recognized for their skills, for example, not only for the characters that they play. And then second point is that they will motivate each other, right? For example, in the entertainment world, there is K-pop industry, who is now world dominating industry, right? They will inspire their viewers. They will inspire more people to join their industry, and they will also inspire the similar industries to be built in different countries. For example, in Indonesia, there are now I-pop or Indonesian pop, right? And then certain actors will also motivate their fans to be an actress as well, for example, and they will create new generations with new quality, with new art taste, and it will engage more people to collaborate or to join this industry, and it will increase the publicity of the industry, for example, right? And secondly, how this could be used to promote art and culture. In the film of in a lot of films, for example, Raya and the Last Dragon, the Disney film, they promote Asian cultures, right? And instead of increasing discrimination, it is actually increasing the awareness of the public to respect diversity, right? And another example is that the industries will also recruit artists from different cultures. For example, K-pop, they will recruit peoples and trainees from other countries as well, not only from the Korea. And this will make the countries be able to. They will combine their arts and cultures, and they will cooperate with one another, which is a good thing. There will also more people will recognize and intrigued by the cultures. What's the effect of this? They will people who are intrigued by these cultures will have this kind of willing to experience or to visit these places, and they will come to that country, and it will expose to the country, which will give the country more recognition from the world. And thirdly, how this could bring economic impact. By receiving more recognition, for example, they could receive endorsement, right? They could be a brand ambassador or advocate for things, and it could increase their viewers, increase their listeners and buyers, and it will give them more income, not only for the artists, but in the case of film, it will help the film producers, the agency, to receive more income as well as the sales of the merch or album sales, for example. This will make the artists happy, as they're not only able to show their skills but also make money out of it. And if they create products, and it could also promote the country, and it will give recognition to the country and increasing the country's income. Very proud to oppose.